Charlie Collicutt, the director of the Guilford County Board of Elections, is here answering your election day questions. The primary, of course, is March the 5th. All right, Charlie, this person's saying, how do I get help if a poll watcher is being intimidating to me?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. The term here in North Carolina for that, there's poll observers that are appointed by the parties. They're not the precinct officials from the Board of Elections. They're party appointees, and they have a right to be there. But if you feel that somebody's doing something intimidating, you have to report that to your chief judge who's on site or call the Board of Elections office.
Okay, so you would then actually physically go up to someone to say something.
Yes, there is a chief judge who is kind of the top person in that precinct administering the election out there, and part of their duty is to maintain that kind of thing and watch for that kind of thing.
Okay, this person's asking, how do I find what district I'm in and who my candidates are?
Yeah, so that's great. That voter lookup that we discussed earlier, you go in there and you can actually see your districts. You can pull up your individual sample ballot that you'll see on March 5th and see all of your candidates there. It's very specific just to you as a voter when you look yourself up.
All right, so this person says, if I move to another county, can I make my address change in my current county? I guess they're thinking before they move, can they make that address change? I'm not sure.
No, right. You can't do it beforehand. When you get to your new place and you've established your residence there, then you can register in that new county.
Okay, we've got a couple questions about when does early voting start. So let's put up that graphic that we have that has like all of the dates on there so that we can see early voting and all that kind of stuff. So this is the return deadline changes. This is for absentee ballots. That has to be done on election day. But if we have the graphic that has all the days of when that is happening, like of course the primary day is March the 5th. When does early voting start?
Yeah, early voting starts on Thursday, February 15th, and it runs all the way through March 2nd.
Okay, February 15th all the way through March 2nd. And when you are doing early voting, you can come there at any point. You can register when you're there at early voting.
17 sites for this election. It can change depending on the election, but you don't have to live near it. You can go to any of those 17 sites. And if you have missed the registration deadline, which is February 9th, you can go to early voting and register, but you have to have some type of document like a utility bill or your license or something with your current address on it.
Someone's asking, what are the qualifications for absentee voting?
There are none. You just have to be a registered voter in the county. And there are there used to be, but not anymore. Now there is no excuse necessary. Anybody can do it.
This person says, my address changed, but my ID has my old address. I registered my new address. Is that okay?
Yes. You can, when you go to vote, you'll use that ID. And like I mentioned earlier, they're just looking at the face and the name. The address is, if it's North Carolina, then you're going to be okay.
All right. And so every time we're around voting time, people get these mailers from third parties that say your neighbors know how you voted.
Yeah, people hate those. And we don't know where they come from. We don't know who they are. We don't know what data they're pulling from. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're wrong. I think they're trying to embarrass you or guilt you into going to vote or staying home. I don't really know what the point of them is, but they're not from us and they're not always real data.
Last question here. Is there a sample ballot on the Board of Elections website? Usually I get one, but I have not seen one yet.
There should be one in a composite one that we put up, but that voter search link takes you to your specific sample ballot too. So that I keep harping on that voter search link, but it's really good and it takes you to a lot of good stuff, including your sample ballot.
That's right. North Carolina State Board of Elections. You do the voter search, you find all the information. Yes. All right. Thank you, Charlie. We so appreciate it. And of course, I'm sure we'll be seeing you quite a bit now that we know that the primary is just a couple months away. If you missed any of this, you can go to the 2 Wants to Know section of our website.